Is the goal you're working towards arbitrary? Arbitrary in the terms of you don't want to do it, in the terms of uncertainty, in the way that you are just arbitrarily doing something to maybe get to something else. Because we collectively sometimes think, if I can perfectly hop from point A to point B, I'll get somewhere. But that might fill the social role. But does that fill the emotional space? There's a concept of being fulfilled and being filled. And being fulfilled is when you can continue to recharge, be re-energized, have that pure passion for something. But then being filled can mean so many different things. Being filled with love, being filled with hurt, being filled with happiness, being filled with resentment. I mean, fill in the blank. And you can explain anything, anyone, anybody. But can you explain yourself? We often look inward and we ask ourselves, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? And it feels like it's in vain. That it feels like what you're going for and going through is totally in vain just to arbitrarily get somewhere else. But is it? Or are we just being impatient to get to the finish line? Because things are supposed to line up the way they are. Things are supposed to line up the way they're meant to be. And I think that's so true. And that's what I personally believe. But you don't necessarily have to. And when the T comes, when you're at that crossroad, when you can turn left, go right, go back, what one do you choose? There's not a wrong answer, nor is there a right answer. And I think when you get down to it, it just comes down to your intuition. Remove your emotions, remove your logic. What does your gut hunch say? Because what would you do if it didn't matter in society what you did? What would you do if you could do anything that you wanted to pursue? But the thing is, we are asked that question so often, but it's like when you've been chasing something for so long that you haven't even truly wanted to do, you forget and you don't know who you are. You feel so lost and that you want to keep filling your things and yourself with things that are just refilling your emptiness, that are recharging your battery, but not fulfilling your emptiness, not replenishing your battery, but rather recharging it. And when it comes down to it, you can continue to keep on trying to find things and do things and find different ways, but at the end of the day, your soul needs something. You might have an idea what your soul needs, and you might be redirecting what your soul wants just because you don't know what you want. But deep down, I think you and I know what we want. But we feel like there's a responsibility that we have to arbitrarily chase goals that we don't even necessarily want. To be able to be the best at something that we don't need, to be the greatest at something that we don't even like. And I think one of the greatest pains that I've talked about is being absolutely successful at the top of the game, the pinnacle, the top of the food chain, excellent, mastery level, literally the creme de la creme at the top, mastery. That's something you don't even enjoy, even like, even find pleasure in, even find small enjoyment in. Just for the sake of being good at it, just for the sake of wanting to do something. And I think so often we try to hide from things because it'll get easier, but you're really just running from something, someone, someplace, something that has happened to you in your past. And I'm not saying that's something wrong, but I'm saying that it's eventually going to catch up. And I'm saying that you can only take so many actions before you're looking at that same choice that you were left with before you removed yourself, before you literally left. Let me rephrase that. The question you are asking yourself still remains, even from the place that you left and that you're being distracted by. Because so often we think, oh, my environment will change me and I'll feel better and I'll be better. No. We're hiding from ourselves and we're hiding from the truth. It's either this or that, or it's this or that in another environment. Because we can't hide from it. And I think the turning point is whether you and I take the leap of faith or we just continue on the same trajectory of being miserable until the end. That we think, oh, I'll be happy once I get this done. But in actuality, what is going to make you happy is maybe trying something new, being something new, doing something new, being someone that you never even imagined. So I want to leave you with this. What is the reason that you're doing this hard thing? Is it for friends? Is it for your family? Is it to support your family? Is it to achieve your goal one day? Is it because you've wanted to do this since you were little? What is it? Or is it just something that is arbitrary? And either way, I want you to ask yourself, are all these emotions, are all these hardships worth it for you? Food for thought.